You guys feel like you are absolutely copying all these push routines online on YouTube Shorts, even TikTok, Instagram Reels, all that. You guys see all these new push routines and you guys just copy it. You guys feel like an absolute human weapon, just hitting all of these weights, you know, going through the whole entire workout. And then maybe after about a month or two, you guys are still looking at yourselves in the mirror and you guys realize, oh wait, why do I look like a human bulldozer instead of sculpted Greek god? And yeah, I've been through the same phase just as you guys. I was trying to go ahead and go follow all of these latest trends on all these push routines and all that stuff. Two major mistakes that these guys make online on their push routines. One is that most of them do not work. They contain just a ton of BS workouts that really do not target any of the muscles for adequate growth, you know, like your chest or your shoulders. And two, if they do work, most of the time they just go ahead and just work to just put on total size instead of trying to look like a Greek god. And that's where I come in today, folks. Welcome back to my channel, you guys. And today we're talking about the ultimate best push workout routine for you guys to have that nice aesthetic Greek god looking physique. Hey yo, oh my goodness. But first, before we get into this routine, we need to go ahead and talk about the muscles we are gonna hit on push day. What we're hitting on push day is gonna be chest and shoulders. Now hold your dumbbells, okay? Before you guys go ahead and, you know, gear it up to go throw it at my face, okay? Now you guys are wondering to yourselves, where's the triceps? And to that I say, we're gonna go ahead and hit triceps on leg day. Since you guys are only having about 3 leg movements in your leg day, you could just go ahead and add your tricep work to the end of your leg day. Not only will this go ahead and save us much more time on our push day routine, so we can just go ahead and focus on our shoulders mainly and our chest, but it will also give us leg day to go ahead and really focus and ham on our triceps. Now back to our push day. First exercise for our push day is gonna be a lateral raise, okay? Some type of lateral raise for our mid delt of our shoulder, okay? This is gonna be our width builder for our V taper physique. First, I'm gonna start off with a dumbbell lateral raise. You can go ahead and go grab those dumbbells that you guys were holding, wanting to throw at me for not hitting triceps on a push day, and keep them in your palms, all right? Palms facing in, and keep a slight bend in your elbows. Now lean a little bit forward, okay? Like you're trying to give someone like a high five, for example. And now the crucial part of this exercise is to push the weight outward. When you guys focus on pushing it outwards, this is what helps us really go ahead and target our lateral delts. And if you guys are doing the exercise right, you guys should feel it in your delts, okay? And before I forget to go ahead and go tell you guys too, you guys need to go ahead and actually start with a really light weight. Drop your ego, absolutely just, you know, spank that ego away. Go to the 10 pounds and just start. You know, if that's even too heavy for you guys, go ahead and lower it down to the 5 pounds. What matters is you go ahead and you do this exercise with proper form. So you can go ahead and progressively overload your shoulders properly. Aim for around 10 to 12 reps for about 3 sets. And this should go ahead and optimally target our lateral delts. Now finally, once we are done with our lateral delts, we can now move on to our front delt. For our front delt, what we're gonna be doing is called a military press, and we're gonna be using barbell for this exercise. So I want you guys to go to a barbell rack, you know, one that you have racked up, okay? And maybe start off with a really light weight. You can even just start with the bar itself and just grab it with both of your hands kind of like on the bar. And then what you're gonna be doing is you're gonna be thinking to yourself to just push the weight up over your head, okay? So make sure that you guys are tilting your head when you guys are pushing it up, and then you can tilt your head back down when you guys are lowering it back down. This should go ahead and optimally target our front delt so that we can give it adequate load for it to grow. And since we have targeted our mid delt first, this should just mainly be targeting our front delt instead of the other sides and just loading the front part of it, because our mid delt is already kind of fatigued, so we just want to go ahead and think about our front delt. Aim for around maybe 8 to 10 reps for this. 3 sets, of course. Once you are gone ahead and done with this, now you guys are finally done with shoulders. These are literally the 2 formative exercises that have gotten me absolutely massive shoulders, okay? And these shoulders are my most complimented muscle on my physique. So just letting you guys know that. So now that we are done with our shoulder part of our workout, now we can go ahead and actually focus on our chest, which this is where a lot of people get a ton of information wrong on the chest. They think that there is somehow 3 heads to the chest, when there's actually 2 parts of the chest. The clavicular, which is the upper chest, and then the sternal, which is basically the lower part of the chest, okay? They think that they can go ahead and split the lower part of the chest and divide it into a middle and a lower, which it doesn't make sense. But while there is a lower-ish kind of part to the sternal head of the chest, why are we focusing on even growing that anyway? It's not like we want to go ahead and have soggy man boobs all the time, kind of like Andrew Tate, okay? We're trying to go ahead and get a nice kind of aesthetic chest, okay? So we should be thinking about targeting our upper chest a lot, and then our sternal head of the chest, the lower part of the chest. So what we should go ahead and actually start our chest part of our push day with is with an incline bench press. We're gonna use dumbbells for this. What you're gonna do is grab like kind of lower-ish weight, okay, because this is a incline. Go on the bench, settle it to about a 30 to 45 incline on the bench, and then you're gonna go ahead, sit on the bench, lower, your back on it and all that, and then start from the position, elbows kind of in a 45-degree angle, and then you're gonna push up, okay? Pushing up and back down, kind of on the bench. And when you do this, you should kind of feel much more of the upper part of the chest, okay, instead of the other parts of it. Push it for about 10 to 12 reps for about 3 sets, okay? Obviously, use a weight that can challenge you. At first when you're doing this exercise, you may just have to use a really light weight to just learn proper form and make sure you are hitting the upper chest. And once you're able to do that, you can then just load up a little bit more and a little bit and a little bit. Make sure you're getting to about that 10 to 12 rep range to where it challenges you, and do this for about 3 sets, okay? This will then make sure that we can get that nice, model-ish like chest, okay? Not that big, just absolutely massive bodybuilder chest that like girls don't even like, okay? So once we go ahead and we do our upper chest exercise, now we can go ahead and focus on our sternal head of the chest, which is basically the lower chest. We're gonna now hit a bench press, okay? We're gonna go ahead and use a barbell, and obviously, you guys should probably know how a bench press goes, but if you guys don't, you go ahead, go to a barbell bench press, lay down, pick up the bar, make sure you guys are holding it with your palms kind of on the bar. Angle like your elbows to about a 45-ish, kind of maybe even 30-degree kind of like angle when you pick it up, and then just bench press, just go ahead, lower it down, lower it back up. And it may not go in a straight line, okay? And do not use a Smith machine, okay? This is a free weight exercise. And when we do it as a free weight, it also helps us develop our core. So all your exercises should probably, 80% of it should be free weight exercises, not all these machine type exercises. Now, after we go ahead and we hit this, we can go ahead and do one more exercise for our chest, just to kind of solidify our gains, okay? Now before I touch on this last exercise that I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys, if you guys stick towards the end of the video, I'm gonna go ahead and give you one more exercise you can put in, maybe to the end of your push day, or even in the middle, split right after you do shoulders, that you guys can perform in order to get some good godlike posture, like I mentioned in my posture training video, which I'll go ahead and have in the information card right above. Now, touching on to the last exercise, to the chest of my push day routine, I go ahead and I perform a cable crossover. So what we're gonna be doing is go to a cable machine, adjust the cable to roughly chest height, okay? We can either use a straight handle, a D handle, or even a neutral grip handle, depending on our preference and what we're trying to actually fully target with the chest. So I like to go ahead and perform it with a D handle. And when you go ahead and you choose the handle that you want to do and you guys are holding it, you guys are going to take one step forward, okay? Kind of this weird kind of like ready position type of like stance, okay? You're gonna maintain this slight forward lean, your core engaged and your back straight. Now start with your arms kind of extended out to the sides, and you guys are gonna keep a little bend in your elbows, kind of like what we did for our lateral raises, and then bring it in forward, okay? Kind of like in this kind of cross peak position, okay? But what you're gonna be thinking is bringing your elbows to the midline, not crossing your arms around each other, okay? When you think about just crossing your arms over one another, you guys are not gonna target the chest as well as into just thinking to just bring your elbows in kind of like across the midline, okay? And then bring it back, just slowly, okay? You guys should really feel your chest, and depending on what angle you guys choose, which I like to go ahead and just do a mid type of angle, all right? But depending on the angle you guys choose for this last exercise, it will hit that part of the chest really well. When you guys bring the elbows to your midline, I want you guys to go ahead and hold that kind of peak contraction for like a second or two, and then just slowly bring your hands back, okay? Back to the start position, and repeat this again for reps, okay? Do it for about 3 sets, 10 to 12 reps. And there you guys go. We don't need to go ahead and target this, quote unquote bodybuilder lower chest, okay? We're trying to build an aesthetic physique. But now, here's that final exercise that I was gonna go ahead and tell you guys that you guys can add to the middle, so if you guys are done with shoulders, you guys can just jump straight into this exercise. But this is the Y raise. The Y raise is gonna go ahead and allow us to work on our posture in a good way that strengthens our muscles in our physique to maintain a nice upright posture almost all the time without thinking. Again, I touch more onto this in the video that I have on my channel, but adding this exercise into our routine will go ahead and definitely help us. So check that video out, and that's the end of the video, you guys. I hope I provided a ton of value to you guys, so you guys can go ahead and build that nice Greek god looking physique. If you guys have enjoyed the video, a like would be appreciated, and if you guys want more videos like this, subscribe to the channel. If you think that you would be an absolutely amazing candidate for my one-on-one coaching calls, then go ahead and click a free consultation call. A link is going to be in the description below. Boom, book that with me. This is Amorian here, signing out. Peace.